Hello, space explorers. I'm your captain. Do rocket ships have captains? I don't actually know. I'm your captain, Orbital Potato, and this is Space Company Simulator. This is a space company simulation game. You probably got that from the name, but here I am, ready to play the game. That's right, I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. We're going to be jumping right on into a game right about now. There's no music for some obscure reason. But anyway, yeah, just a little bit about this game. It's published by a company called Intermarum, and it sees you take control of a space company. I kind of like it. It's kind of blisteringly complex, and we'll get into that in just a second. But I guess it's all part of the appeal, right? Orbital Potato Enter. Right, Enterprise. Okay, you know what? Let's just call it Orbital Potato. Sure. I usually don't like naming stuff after me. I mean, you know, usually like Orbital something, Potato something, but never Orbital Potato. But, you know, I figured that this is a space company. We might as well push the boat out a little bit. Anyway, we can choose from 4 different starting types, and we'll talk a little bit about this as we go. But basically, science, culture, engineering, ingenuity, financial, sharks, or harmony. I'm going to choose the science culture. Basically, all it changes is that our company priority will be science as opposed to production, finance, and HR. I think. So yeah, we're gonna do the science culture, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna be playing against 2 opponents, and the difficulty is going to be on medium. Right, so we'll load things up, and then we will chat about exactly what we've got to do and where we are. Now, the really, really interesting thing about this game that is kind of a little bit surprising. It's not my first tour. I don't need a tour. It's not my first time as CEO. Yeah, okay. So this is the game screen. This is what we've got to work with, which is totally grand. But the really interesting thing is that this game is turn-based. So at the very bottom of the screen here, you can see that at the moment it's January of 2000. I mean, it doesn't say 2000, but that is 2000. It's January 2000. And each and every time we click this button, I mean, at the moment it's displaying as a new mail button because I've got a mailbox here. There we go. We've exposed the next turn button. So this is a turn-based space company simulation management game. Exactly. All right, Anne, you're my personal assistant. Thank you. I will bring this company together and will be the first one to make a manned landing on Mars. Yes. Make a manned landing on Mars. Not quite sure about the grammar of that sentence. I would fire you if I knew how to, but unfortunately, I don't think I can. So that's a bit disappointing. And, oh, Sebastian. This guy looks the part, doesn't he? Head of security. Hello, boss. I'm responsible for security and data integrity at the company. We have a few things to discuss. Economic espionage, data protection. Help yourself a little at the expense of the competition. All right, so basically you are head of security and my undercover espionage dude. Okay, well that's the mail taken care of, and this is like a boring old email system. I don't think I need to talk about that too much. Anyway, this is the playing screen, and at the moment things look rather barren, to be honest. We've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not even a building. 6, 7. 8 buildings or so. We'll talk about all of these in turn, but what you've got to know is that this game at the moment is like there's nothing here. However, if I click on this button, the building mode button, you can see all of the different types of buildings that we can construct, and I like that. I like that a lot. So we're gonna be doing a heck of a lot of building over the course of this game. All right, let's talk briefly about what's up at the top. So we've got an account balance up here with a predicted weekly change. We're predicted to lose $185,000 dues. That's not great. We've also got prestige. Prestige is quite important for a number of reasons. I'll talk about them in a little bit. We've also got a specific number of lobbyists. Lobbyists are connected to prestige, so 2,000 prestige gets you an extra lobbyist, and lobbyists can in turn get you money. but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then up at the top, we've got all of the different departmental points. So we've got PR points, HR points, finance points, science points, and production points. Now, because we took science focus, we start with a bunch of science points, which is nice, means that we can immediately hit the ground running and start researching stuff. Okay, so all of this seems fairly simple at the moment, right? Fairly simple. Right, let's get complicated. Let's start with PR. Right, so in the PR zone, this is what's going on. So as I've already alluded to, at 2,000 prestige, and you get prestige by doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, at 2,000 prestige, we will unlock a lobbyist, and these are all investors, right? So these are all investors, and in order to move Kate Kelly to the next level, we need to assign her a lobbyist. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And that will give us press appearance on negative events is reduced by 10%. So you've got to keep in mind is that every single thing in this game, every single aspect has like a little modifier on it. So for example, you know, leveling up Kate Kelly is going to give us a tiny little bonus at press events. Pretty cool, right? Oliver Smith is going to give us a slightly different bonus. I have no idea what that means. Some more money, apparently. He's an HR guy. Emily Hoffman, more money to the finance department and more money to the HR department. You get the picture. Anyway, that's that. Research points, PR points can go towards the tech tree in the PR area. Bear in mind, every single area has its own tech tree. That's how complex and in-depth this game is. So the first level, tour guides, rewards from finance missions increased by 5%. I guess we'll find out what that means as we go. But anyway, this is the PR department, and that's pretty much all we need to think about for now. Right, moving on to HR. HR is pretty darn easy. HR perks, much like the PR perks that I was already talking about. It's got its own tech tree, its own research. Fine. Recruitment, yep, pretty basic stuff here. We recruit employees and we assign them to different departments. They all have, you know, different sort of skills, so some departments are better than others. Employees, this is where we hold all of our current employees, and the security office. We don't even have a security office at the moment, I don't think. Right, moving on to finance. Finance is probably where we're going to be spending most of our time, because this is where all the contracts are, and at the moment we don't have any source of income, so I suspect that contracts will be a fairly good place to start. Once again, there is a finance tech tree. We've got some budget slides. This is actually quite important. This is quite important. So as I've already mentioned, each and every aspect of this game gives you a bunch of little perks. So for example, if we wanted to fund the finance department more, then we could do that, and we would be able to get access to the next level of perk. But obviously, we got to keep in mind we don't have an unlimited pool of money. Science is, I thought science was the most generously funded, but apparently I'm wrong. But whatever the case, we can bump science up to the next level if we wanted to. So decrease technology development cost by 5%. I mean, we have to sort of tune into all of these different bonuses in order to increase our efficiency. It's pretty darn cool. Each department has its own efficiency bonus thanks to managers, which we can equip through the employee screen, as I've already shown you. This will start to impact us over time, but I mean, at the moment, everything is set on a fairly standard level. HR is a little bit low, but apart from that, that's fine. Diagrams. This is just a little cash overview of exactly where we are. Cool. Loans. We can customize our loans. We can, you know, set up a loan, however long we need it for, however much we need it for. Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool. I like it. There we go. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's really, really nice. Okay, moving along to science. Science is actually pretty easy to understand. As you can see, we've already got 3,000 science points. By the way, the green number underneath is how many points we get per week. So we're going to need to spend 891 science points. Why 891 science points? That seems like a relatively odd number. Well, I suspect highly that that's got to do with the budget here. Yeah, decrease technology development rate by 5%. Exactly. Okay, you know what? Let's fund let's fund that to the next level. Yeah, let's fund that to the next level so that we decrease it by another 5%, and also we increase our science point growth rate by the maximum amount possible. As you can see, this modifier scales, but that one doesn't. That is sort of just a level perk. Okay, that's cool. So how much is that going to bring the cost down to? It's only 891. I suspect that might update when the turn ticks over, but let's not worry about that for now. I'm fine just spending 891 points. I don't actually know what science is going to be super necessary. Developing and integrating basic technologies required for further research on manufacturing different types of engine. Allows manufacture rocket basic tank 1, 2, and 3. Sure, let's do basic aviation. Now, the interesting thing about science is you'll see there is a big bar here, and then 4 little bars that it's sort of broken into. So each technology you need to research. You need to research up to a reliability of 80%, and then you can go from 80% up to 100% if you want it to be 100% reliable. But it costs more research points in order to take it from 80% to 100% than it does from 0% to 80%. Does that make sense? I think it should. But that's research. That's cool. Mission control, we can chat about briefly. I don't think we're going to be using mission control for a wee while. We've got a nice little map of the solar system here. There we go. That's the ball of water and rock that we all live on. That's right. And then yeah, this is the solar system, and we will be sending rockets up here eventually, but I suspect that probably will not be a short-term goal for Orbital Potato Incorporated, primarily because it's expensive. It's really, really expensive. Okay, so that's science. We've talked about that. Production. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Production is something else that we're going to have to think about getting. But the depot and production and assembly room, this is all manufacturing our own rockets, and this is absolutely bananas. This is absolutely bananas. I mean, look, for example, we can put together our own rocket. How unbelievable is that? How unbelievable is that? I mean, we don't actually have any components, I think, at the moment, so we're gonna have to just wait until we do have the components. But once we do, we'll be able to assemble our own rocket, we'll be able to store them, and we'll be able to ship them off. Do I want to save the project? No, sirree. No, thank you. That's fine. Yeah, okay, so that's a brief overview of exactly what's going on. There is one thing else that I need to mention, and that is one of the features of the game is that at the start of the map, there we go, I'll bring up the buildings map so that I can talk about this. We get a small launcher, right? So a small launcher is 89% complete, and at the start of the next month, it is going to complete. I think part of the story is that my predecessor started work on the small launch pad before I arrived. So there you go. We're going to get a small launch pad pretty darn soon. It does say that we've got a medium launch pad, but I don't know. I don't think we actually do have a medium launch pad because it says that the medium launch pad isn't actually accessible, but maybe it will become accessible over time. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we do want to end up building. For example, the normal construction of the rocket program is going to take 18 turns. I mean, it's going to cost me a ridiculous amount of money. I say a ridiculous amount of money. It's not actually that ridiculous. Maybe I'll start building this right now, actually. Sure. It's, 200,000 bucks. That's not that much. We'll live with that. I mean, 200,000 bucks for a rocket program seems like an absolute steal. I'm pretty sure more billionaires would be investing in rocket companies if it really was that cheap. Okay, let's go and have a little look at contracts and see what the heck is going on. So we've got access to 5 contracts, and we can take 4. Okay, Foreign Start, one of the companies in the space industry, is looking for a replacement launch platform as their private launch site has suffered an unforeseen failure. They offer high payment in exchange for the possibility of using a foreign launch pad. The launch can be planned in the contract panel. Okay, cool. I will totally take that, and then I will go through. Now, we don't actually have a launch pad at the moment, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make that happen. Since I'm launching someone else's rocket, I don't actually need my own rocket, which is grand. That's cool. Let's have a little look at the other contracts as well. It's often kind of a little bit difficult to grasp exactly what the contract wants you to do. For example, foreign start. The only reason that I know what that is because I've done it before. I did it in the tutorial, and I had to see exactly what happened. But it's a little bit complicated sometimes. Okay, so state subsidy, hire an additional specialist for the PR department. Sure. I will absolutely do that. I will absolutely hire a specialist for the PR department. That's cool. I can do that this turn, actually. National Space Agency is looking for a company that is ready to start building a medium launch platform, and we'll be able to lend it to them if the need arises. The agency doesn't have enough land, so it will be willing to cover half the construction cost. The deadline for the contract is 5 weeks after its acceptance. Okay, 5 weeks. I mean, I can definitely do that. That's not a problem. Let's wait until the next cycle to do that. Procurement, an external company is looking for a contractor, space rocket. Okay, you know what? Let's not worry about this right now. And that's placing a satellite in orbit. Let's go to the next turn and get this first contract sorted. All right. Received important email. Let me have a little look. Opportunity of subsidy. Hi, it's Bent from production. Okay, my pal from the National Space Agency, not capitalized there. Anne, you need to... Wait, hold on. Is this from Anne or is this from Bent? It says it's from Anne, but it says Bent in it. I mean, National Space Agency needs to be capitalized. Proper nouns, people. Come on, this is basic stuff, Anne. Get your stuff together. Said they're looking for an emergency backup launch site, and considering us, all we need is a medium launch pad. They're even willing to recoup some costs if we do it within 5 weeks. But if we won't deliver, they might lose a launch window they are looking for or rent another place. This is an excellent opportunity. We will gladly use it. Okay, looks like I have automatically accepted the contract. That's cool. Technological progress, basic aviation has been sorted, and work on the small launch pad has been completed. Fantastic. That's grand. Okay. That is perfect. We can't click on it. That's fine. Can I click on the building mode and have a little look at the building map? So a medium launcher. It says that I've got a medium launch pad, but I guess that's different from a medium launcher. Maybe? I don't know where the small launch pad fits into this, by the way. I've got the small launcher. Is that different from a small launch pad? I guess. Is the launcher like the bit up the side? That's a pretty technical specification. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to discover the technology multi-staging, construction of medium assembly. What the heck is medium assembly? Is that small assembly? Medium assembly. Okay, I see it. That line. Okay. Well, can I get medium assembly? How do I get medium assembly? Is that within the production department? I think it might be. Okay. All right. Cool. Requires production department's perk medium assembly to upgrade. Yes, as suspected. Okay, so the rocket is underway. That's grand. Cool. Okay, this is already starting to become majorly complex. What is this? Oh, that's the rocket program that's about to be completed. Or I say about to be completed in about half a year. One step forward. Yeah, so it's four jumps per month, so each month is, I guess, like a week long. Okay, I need to start doing stuff. And we need to start doing stuff now. Okay, finance. Let's get immediately this contract polished off. Your reputation will increase by 500 points. You will gain 700 and something science points. That's not too bad. Also, note our science points per turn, 354, up from the 200 and something, whatever it was last turn. So that's pretty darn nice. Okay, we literally only have a small launcher. I have 2 launch windows that we can hit. We'll hit the one on the 23rd. Sure, let's approve the plan, and then that's literally it, I believe. Obtaining the state subsidy, yet we need to hire a PR specialist. So let's go into HR. Let's recruit someone. Management high, leadership low. I mean, are there any specific perks that we need for PR? I don't think that there's any locked positive perk. I think all of this stuff is locked at the moment. All right, cool. Well, let's just go and hire literally anyone, I guess. Let me recruit I mean, you seem pretty cheap. Maybe we should get someone that's a little bit more... Oh, your current employer is Planet Plus, so I can't employ you. That's a shame. I can't poach you. That's disappointing. Okay, well, you seem like the best, and you're actually pretty cheap. Yeah, your management is high, your leadership is low, and your finance is low. Okay, so what perk do I need for... What perk do I need for PR? Presumably management, right? Presumably. Well, let's employ you. Let's equip you to PR. Perfect. I did see a guy that had finance of medium there. I think that you would probably be great in the finance department. I say great, probably not great, but better than a slap in the face with a wet fish, if you know what I mean. You can be employed on HR, I guess. And I guess you can be employed for science. And you can be employed for production. Sure, whatever. I mean, that's gonna really balloon our costs, but it's only gonna balloon our costs by a little bit, so I'm not super worried about that. Okay, did I satisfy the contract? I should have, right? Hire a PR specialist. Do I need to equip anyone as a PR specialist? Unless they mean lobbyist, in which case I might be in trouble. Yeah, I think I'll get the contract monies in a little bit at the end of the turn. Okay, cool. Let's go to science and have a little investigation. As you can see, we have researched the technology to a reliability of 80%, but we can further refine that if we wish to. But that's going to cost us a further 861 science points, which I have no desire to deal with. Okay. What did I need to get? I needed to get basic staging, didn't I? Multi-staging, that's the one. Okay, so let's do this, and then we'll go on to multi-staging in just a second. Cool. And then let's go to the next turn. Okay, nice. This is the 15th of January at the moment. That's grand. Contract has been a success. Technological progress, great. And contracts, this is the state subsidy contract. Perfect. So I did, in fact, get an HR PR specialist. I got somebody. I got the person that was required of me. Okay, we need to get that prestige point counter up. We need to absolutely do that. Yeah. Let me go and have a little look at our contract, see if we want to take anything. Yeah, I mean, even if I fail this contract, the contractual penalty is 2.5k, which is like, I mean, it is literally nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, what does the Japanese Space Agency want? External companies looking for a contractor to make a custom-made space rocket component for them according to their specifications. The client offers a much better payment than selling the component on the market. The contract provides the construction of a single prototype fuel tank Donkey FT-1. Research basic aviation technology and order the production of this component in the company's depot. Okay, I'm gonna take that, and then we're gonna explore the fuel tank. I mean, can I have a little look? I mean, I can do a bit of that, but I don't have the opportunity to to build the specific component that I'm after. I mean, the tank, I want to build the tank, yeah. Alright. Yeah, prototype donkey. Construct that. Yes. Does that make sense? That seems to be making sense. That's good. Okay, so that should take a turn. I mean, this is just a test rocket. I mean, we just literally need this. Right? And that should be fine, I think. Right. Let's hope that works just about as well as it probably won't. Okay, the State Space Agency is looking for a company that will take on the task of launching a satellite into the orbit by one of our planets. In order to execute the contract, the agency will give a Squire-type satellite to the subcontractor, which must be delivered to the required position. And this is Mars Aviation. Now, this is a little bit of a problem because we don't actually have a rocket. We're building a tiny little bit of the other rocket. I mean, well, this rocket. but I don't have anywhere near the number of components in order to make this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get. I think I'm gonna have to get more stuff. All right, that's still queued up to be manufactured. Hopefully that'll work. Fingers crossed. I guess we'll see, right? Next turn, contract success. What is this? Oh, fantastic. Okay, it turned out that it totally worked. The Japanese Space Agency is totally satisfied, and I get a whole bunch of money. But more importantly, I get the prestige points, because as it turns out, I ain't doing too poorly for money at the moment. Yeah, things are actually going pretty well. Okay, let's go into contracts again. Now, very, very excitingly, we still haven't completed this foreign start contract, although we should be ready, right? We're going to launch on the 7th of February. I thought we were going to launch at some earlier point, but that's okay, I guess. I do kind of need this. This is one of the big contracts, which is going to give me a whole bunch of money. I think that maybe we want to expand the budget for all of our departments. I mean, I know we've got the science. Multi-staging needs to be done. Yeah, we need to wait until we've got multi-staging. I think we expand the budgets of all our departments, right? Also, we can start thinking about some finance perks. Yeah, I mean, if I cranked everything up to max, increase PR points per week. Yeah, I mean, if I put everything up to price of component test reduced, unlock access to 2 additional investors. Yeah, I'm not super bothered about unlocking access to investors because I don't have the lobbyists to take advantage of that at the moment. I mean, that would balloon my costs by about 100k per week. Companies' unused funds grow 0.42% weekly. Hold up. So that is actually not going to... Okay, wow. Increasing the finance department is dope. Look at that. So you basically get an extra 3k for each department. That is fantastic. Do I have to pay for it, though? And then that also increases my science points gain. Interesting. Okay, let's not go over the top. But let's do that. Okay, so that is every single department that is bumped up to the max. Current level of funding the department calculated from the budgets of all departments. Okay, at the moment, you can see that our management, leadership, and finance skills are kind of lacking, I guess. Finance is not doing too badly at all. And so the department efficiency is quite good. And that's because of the employee that we assigned. He's actually somewhat of a finance specialist. Okay, I mean, I think that doing this, it does theoretically mean that we could fail quicker. But at the same time, I think this is the best course of action. Preparations for launch were completed. This is very, very cool. Okay, so I'm not going to do this often, but what I am going to do, I am going to watch this launch right here. Oh no. Oh no. I tried to skip it. I tried to skip it. I didn't try to skip it. I tried to turn the sound down a little bit because it was very, very loud. I'll turn the sound down right now. There we go. In anticipation for the next rocket launch, because it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, but I'm not gonna watch a lot of rocket launches. But we'll watch the next one. Don't worry. You didn't miss much. Okay, cool. This has been done now, so we shouldn't have any issues with that. We got a whole bunch of prestige. That is really, really nice. That is 7 lobbyists because we got 14,000 points of prestige. That is immense. Now, what you would have seen if I was sensible enough to watch the rocket launch, you would have seen that a whole bunch of spectators came and watched the launch. And the more spectators you get, the more prestige you get, which is just very, very cool. I like it a lot. Okay, let's send people. Press appearances on negative events. Additional. Okay, can I equip lobbyists to you here? There we go. So I mean, if everyone So, yeah, so every department is going to get an extra 7.5, is going to give an extra 7.5k to everything else. What do you guys give? Hold on a minute. Did I bumped up the... I bumped up the finance department. I bumped up the HR department, so I'm going to get access to 2 additional investors. Okay. That's cool. So I'll keep my 3 lobbyists back for a little bit. And then let's go to the next turn and see exactly what's going on. Loss of communications with the artificial satellite. Attempts to reestablish contact failed. Extend the flight time. Sure. Contract has been a success. Foreign start has been completed. That's fantastic. That's 500,000. Your reputation will increase by 500 prestige points. Yes! You will gain 770 science points. That is fantastic news. Okay, I think that we should have enough multi-staging. We've researched that to 80%. So that's grand, right? That's totally completed. So I should be able to, I should theoretically be able to build the multi-stage unit. Don't think so, not yet. Medium assembly. Oh yes, I almost forgot about that. We need to go into assembly and we need to get medium assembly. Where is medium assembly? I mean, I know it's in production perks, but where in production perks is it? Bloomin' heck. This game is so unbelievably complicated. Right. Construction of medium assembly. Medium assembly requires production department's perk medium assembly. Okay, so I was in the right place. Medium assembly. Oh my lordy, that is miles away. Okay, we'll get that bought. We need to increase our production, clearly. Lowers component price by 25%. I mean, that's not too bad, actually, is it? That's not too bad at all. Can I take on any extra contracts? Are there any contracts that I'm interested in? Production order. A friendly company develops new technology. Yes. I will absolutely produce a component for you. I will absolutely produce a component for you. Okay, also, go into science points and see if we can get... some... Do basic science, maybe? Sure, do basic science. Hold on, have we not finished multi-staging yet? I thought we had. Okay, do multi-staging. Do multi-staging for a little bit. We'll finish that up, absolutely, and then we'll get to the next stage. What is the contract that I agreed to? Not a medium launch platform, this one. The fuel tank, the Yak. Okay, well, let's get the Yak into production. Yeah, depot. Yeah, okay, I'll just click on it from this side. That's cool, too. Let's go to the depot. I don't even need to give it back, apparently. I just need to keep it. Let's construct the Yak. That's great. And you know what? Maybe I should construct the Camel as well. Sure. Get that into construction. Alright, and now I put that in the inventory, and then I can assemble it in the assembly room? Is that the case? Okay, I'm with you. There we go. We got a tank. That's cool. We're building our own rocket. This is gonna be the test rocket. This is pretty dodgy. Take out all components because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so we're gonna need to buy we're gonna need to research all of these individual components before we're able to actually launch our own full rocket. A little bit worrying. Okay, research is being complete. Fantastic. Technological progress. Great. Contract completed. I'll receive a payment of 300k. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, also, we've got a lot of points. I should really start investing these points in stuff. Right? PR perks. Yep. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Okay. Great introduction. Increase new worker morale by 10. I'll take that. It's free real estate. Right. Tour guides. Rewards from finance missions increased by 5%. All right. I don't really know what that means, but I guess we'll go with it. Finance perks. What is this? Increased prestige gain by 10% when the average worker morale remains above 50%. That's cool. Science, we're well underway. Multi-staging, fantastic. That is done. Basic science, that seems about right. I mean, we need to get engines. Rocket grid fins, satellite small, rocket tanks small. I mean, I need engines in order to make my rocket. I've got rocket tanks. Rocket grid fins. I mean, that kind of seems necessary, right? Let's do basic science. That seems like an all-around good thing to do. And then we need to get medium assembly. So it's 1,000, then 5,000, then 10,000 points. Bloomin' that is quite ludicrous. All right, that's good. Honestly, I feel like we're off to a good start. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna manage to complete the NSA's mission, co-financing of this thing. It expires in 124 days, which is quite a length of time, to be honest, but that's okay. We're also working on the rocket production program, the rocket program, and that's 13 turns away from completion. Medium depot, astronaut complex, none of this other stuff that we can actually build. Okay, all of these buildings are upgraded in their own areas, whereas this stuff is built out on the main map. I see what's going on. Makes sense to me. That's very, very cool. All right, let's hit the next turn and see what's going on. Received important email. Sponsorship. Info from the PR department. There's a company to sponsor one of the leading football clubs in our country. The amount of money included in the sponsorship is 5,000. Duration is 3 years. So expect that it will bring an increase of prestige to our company. This is not the... I want to... What? I want to choose. Maybe we'll sponsor an esports team. Why can I not sponsor a football team? Basic science has just been developed. Yeah. The way that that's phrased just gives me a great amount of pleasure. Basic science has now been developed. Fantastic. Okay. Improved landing gear. I mean, we don't need landing gear. Space shuttle thermal protection. I mean, what other components do I need in order to make this flippin' rocket? Right. I've got the fuel tank. Do I have aero? I mean, utilities. Can I? All right. No, I'm unable to. Go back. How do I get rid of this? Ah. No. All right. Just don't save that. Okay. Forget that ever happened. Go back in here. That goes in there. That goes in there. Great. Go out of there. Go into the into the assembly room, please. There we go. Confirm. Okay, so that is the tank. That would fit as both tanks, apparently. Do we need 2 tanks? Ah, yes, I see. We need 2 tanks. But I cannot equip that tank in there. All right, how peculiar. I guess I'll need a tank of a different size. Anyway, we need to find a payload, but we can actually use the Squire satellite as a payload. Is there any way that I can produce any other stuff? Unlock components in the tech tree. I know, I'm working on it, but I mean, that's a pretty tough gig if that's all I can do. Okay, you know what? Save this. Test 2. There we go. Yes, get out of here. Unlock testing center, unlocks test functionality, unlocks the component purchase. I mean, unlocking component purchases, that would be huge for us, right? New contracts are available. Great. Place for launch. One of the companies in the space industry is looking for a replacement launch platform. They offer a high payment in exchange for the possibility of using a foreign launch platform. Absolutely. Complete the remaining stages to select the time. Ah, yeah. It's not my rocket that you're wanting to use, guys. You're gonna want to use your own rocket. Absolutely not mine. Okay, let's schedule that for completion. Produce a prototype donkey tank, sure. And this satellite, I will place in orbit, but it's gonna be my rocket that puts it there, which is very, very exciting. Okay, I guess we just need to buy components until we have the ability to research them, because I suspect that will be very, very deep down the very, very deep down the science tree, but I'm not gonna pay it too much heed at the moment. Okay, landing gear, solid fuel, rocket tank. I don't want rocket tanks. I want rocket engines. Rocket engines. Right, start the chain for that. So we're gonna research this first, then that, and then that. Perfect. That is grand. Right, we need 5,000 production points in order to get the next level for the assembly perks or the production perks, whatever. I think that that's all that we can reasonably do at this present moment. Yeah, science we've done. Production perks. Yeah, component market is what we're really after. Oh, sorry, it's 1,500. Okay, let's go next turn. And let's see what we've got. Okay, research complete. Grand. We don't need to really worry about research for the next 3 turns or so. Donkey fuel tank, 150k. Don't mind if I do. That is fantastic. I tell you what I should do, which I should have done last turn, but it's fine, actually. Let's go into PR, and we've got 4 lobbyists. We've got 4 lobbyists, and we can bump that up if we want to. We don't need to, but I do have access to 2 more investors. Finance department perk prices. Sure, let's do that. And then press appearance on negative event is reduced by whatever. That's cool. Investors contract. Oh, okay. Let's assign that there. So is this a specific completion of investors contract rewards a company with 1 lobbyist? Okay, cool. So we need to test a Donkey FT engine, and we can only unlock a testing center. Yeah, we need to unlock the testing center, but that's fine. We can do that in a little bit. Holding a conference, only the best. I mean, how do I build a conference center? I do know that that is something that can be done, but I don't actually know the logistics of it. Satellite program, space tourism. It's around here somewhere. I've seen it. I have seen it. Conference. I knew I'd seen it. Info. Give me info on the conference center. Ah, it's down here. Make yourself heard. Okay, so it's a PR perk. That's fine. Okay, well, good news is I think we've got enough points to start unlocking some stuff. 2,500 is needed to get the conference center. That's cool. We can just about wait for that. Okay, testing center would be really, really handy for satisfying the investors' perks. But I'm fine for money at the moment. Totally fine. Let's get the component market, because that should theoretically allow me to just start buying stuff from the market. Okay, stick that over there. Grand. Let's go back. Let's go to the assembly room. And let's start kitting out. Let's start kitting out the test rocket. Sure. Okay. Nice. And then we go to the market. And then let's see what we want to build. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is great. This is great. I don't know what we actually need. Okay, we need struts. I have absolutely no idea if these are going to work. Small grid fins? Sure. Buy small grid fins. Buy a strut. Buy an engine. Sure. I probably should try and take this engine out of here. Cargo type payload. I mean, I need a nose cone, really, if that's possible. And, you know, I need everything, actually. I mean, I don't want to buy any fuel tanks, because fuel tanks are the only thing that I can manufacture. Okay, I need to use a donkey. The donkey is by far and away the biggest, it looks like. Even though they all have a mass of 30, the donkey is the biggest. Okay, small engine. Do I need an engine for the front section? I think I don't. Okay, medium engine. I mean, I need small stuff. Small engines. Components not suitable for this rocket. Okay, with you. I don't need to worry about that. Okay. Donkey, we're gonna get. Sure. Just, you know, buy a bunch of different stuff. It's cheap as chips anyway. And then that's 2 donkeys. Okay. Is that going to be enough to get us where we need to go? I don't actually know. Can I put this over here? No, this needs to be ordered. Okay, fine. Close that. No, don't save. But I do want to go to the depot, and I do want to set up the manufacture of a donkey. Right. Make 10 donkeys, or make 8 donkeys. It costs 640 bucks, for goodness sake. It's basically free. It's basically free. All right, fine. I don't think that there's anything else that we can do at the moment with our money. Finance perks, no, that's all fine. Science, as I've already talked about a gazillion times. Yes, take me to the observation platform. We are doing this. All right. So this is it. This is so cool. Now, bear in mind, this isn't actually my rocket, even though my rocket will be remarkably similar to this. This is like, I am my own rocket launch director. Look at this. It gives me a countdown of exactly what's going on. FTS, Flight Termination System. I get to click a whole bunch of different viewpoints. I get to see exactly what's going on. I have a T-minus countdown. Oh, this is fantastic. Startup procedures were successful. All right. This is fantastic. I mean, it is loud as all heck. But I suppose that's to be expected. All right, there we go. That's a little bit nicer. As you can see, I'm a huge fan. I dig that. I mean, how many like management type games can you actually become your own rocket launch director? I mean, that's just not something that happens often. That's just not something that happens often. I tell you what, it should happen more often, though, because that is cool as all heck. I absolutely endorse this point of view. Anyway, this is pretty much what happens. I think that there probably can be explosions. I would almost guarantee that there won't be an explosion on this specific launch. There we go. And due to a big number of spectators, you gain 7,800 points. It was successful. That's great. I am super, super happy with that. Man, I am actually really getting into this game. This is very, very cool indeed. I like this a lot. Things seem to be going well. I'm super hyped. I think what we're going to do is we're going to call this episode right here, ladies and gents, so that I can, get hyped for the next episode, I guess. Thanks, as ever, to my fantastic patrons over at patreon.com/OrbitAPotato. It's people like that make videos like this possible, and I do enjoy making videos like this one here. This has been Space Company Simulator. Hopefully you'll tune in for the next one, ladies and gents. I'll see you next time. Bye.